Hey everyone. Today I want to share my thoughts on a lens that's been a staple in my kit for a while now. The Sony 24-105. This lens has been a workhorse in my kit for years, but the real question is it still a good choice in 2025? Should you invest in this versatile zoom, or are there better options on the market today? Let's find out. If you don't know, the Sony 24-105 f4 is an E-mount lens offering an f4 aperture throughout the entire zoom range. This means you can get a consistent exposure whether you're wide at 24 or zoomed all the way to that 105. This lens also offers an optical steady shot, which is a lifesaver for handheld shooting. First off, the build quality on this lens is fantastic. It feels solid and ready for any condition. And it's not too heavy, so it balances well with most Sony bodies. Now let's talk about how this lens stacks up against the competition. So the first obvious alternative is the Sony 24-70 f2.8. This is a favorite among many professionals because of its wider aperture, but it lacks the reach you would get with that 105. That extra 35mm might not sound like much, but it makes a huge difference when you're out and about and need that extra reach. Next up is the Tamron 28-75 f2.8. This is a budget-friendly option with a 2.8 aperture. You sacrifice a little bit on the wide side as it doesn't go to 24, and you sacrifice that extra reach as well. Finally is the Sigma 24-70 Art 2.8. It's known for its sharpness and build quality, but again, you don't have that extra reach. Here's the thing. I've looked at and shot with a few of those lenses before going with the 24-105. For me, I found the ability to zoom in made a way bigger difference than to be able to stop down to 2.8. The extra reach really does make this a one and done lens, whether you're traveling, shooting an event, shooting portraits, or you're just out and about. Now, let's talk about sharpness. We all care about that, right? I'll be honest, I'm not a pixel peeper. Don't get me wrong, I like my lenses to be sharp, but for the vast majority of purposes, most lenses are going to complete that task. And this lens is no exception. Whether you're shooting portraits or landscapes, this lens will deliver. That said, it does have some vignetting on the wider and longer ends of the zoom range. But here's the thing. Most, if not all of that, can be fixed in post-processing with the slider. It's nothing that's going to ruin your shot unless you're really looking for it. The 24-105 has been my go-to for years, and here's why. First up is traveling. This lens is perfect for travel. It's versatile enough to capture wide landscapes, street scenes, and tighter compositions without ever having to change my lens. It's my go-to for outdoor sessions, when I need to be in and out, for city walks or street photography. This is my go-to as well. I can be super wide if I want to capture the whole scene, or zoom in to capture a candid portrait. Here's some photos I've taken with this lens, just to show you how versatile it really is. For video use, this is my go-to. The constant f4 and OSS makes it versatile for lighting conditions, and I can zoom in without moving the camera. The autofocus is great on the body that I have, which is the A7 III. It's quiet and snappy, and I have no issues. Now, this wouldn't be a true review without talking about some limitations. Now, while this lens is versatile, I do not use it for studio work, and here's why. Now, this is for me, and just for me. When I'm working in the studio and lighting is not optimal, and I'm working with flash, I found the focus to be a little bit off. Not that it won't find the eye, or that it won't focus in general, but when I get back to review the photos, there's too many that are out of focus. It has a difficult time in lower light conditions, really finding that focus. And when I'm in the studio, I need it to be quick and precise, so I'll opt for primes. That said, I do work in a condition that allows me to switch to prime. It's pretty easy. If I'm in a studio, I have no issue grabbing a 50, grabbing an 85, or a 135 and taking my time. I don't have to be super fast like you may have to be if you're, shooting weddings or events where you need that quick zoom. I opt for primes and I have a bias there. For me, the precision of primes and knowing that I won't miss that shot outweighs the convenience of this zoom. For outdoor shoots or casual settings, this is my go-to lens. I'll take this and maybe one prime in case I really need that low light, and I'm off. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to change my lenses. I can just shoot. Finally, let's talk about pricing. As of the new year, 2025, the Sony 24-105 f4 is priced around $1,098. Now, this is brand new at retailers like Adorama or B&H. You can find this lens used from $700 to $800 depending on condition. And if you're looking at a higher condition or excellent condition, it might be a little bit more expensive, but you're saving a few $100 and you're really getting a big bang for your buck. So, is the Sony 24-105 f4 worth it in 2025? Absolutely. This lens is a solid choice for versatility, build quality, and price. If you're in the market for a lens that can handle everyday scenarios, travel, and professional settings, this lens is for you. We can all wait for new lenses or upgrades until we're blue in the face. But with a number of used options available at great prices, this lens is hard to beat. I hope this helps you decide if the Sony 24-105 f4 is right for you in this new year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you stay up to date on all new content. Have a good one.